Jessie is what I would call a sales manager turned into a product manager. She runs a big sales organization, lots of sales reps, and is very good at developing tried and tested processes that turn that sales organization into a well-oiled machine. There's only one problem. Jessie had searched for a CRM that would allow her team to implement the processes that they know work. The only problem is the options out there, they were good, but they just wouldn't cut it in terms of flexibility to be able to deploy the operations that she wanted to deploy. Jessie came to us because she needed something that was tailored to her team and their processes. So we worked with her to develop a custom CRM that would work for her organization. Jessie is still a sales manager and she stays on top of her sales reps. However, she's also now a product manager and she helps guide the development of this product and build out new features that make her sales team more effective. Jessie's responsibilities as a product manager today look very typical. She attends stand-ups. She figures out what the roadmap needs to look like. She triages bugs and puts them into Jira. She participates in the sprint ceremonies. Prior to Agentic AI, Jessie had to be very meticulous about making tough priority calls. Just like in typical agile fashion, we plan out 2 weeks in advance and we make assignments and we try not to deviate from those assignments. Before agents, Jessie knew that if a bug popped up, she had to make a tough call. Do I deprioritize something that was already in the sprint, or do I wait until the sprint is over to get a developer to look at the bug? Post-Agentic, now we have members of the team that are not humans, but are agents that can do the triaging for Jessie. So she's able to take a reported bug, understand the level of effort that it would take to fix it, see how close the agent can get to fixing it all on its own, and then put that in front of one of the developers so that all they have to do is look at the code, ensure that the quality is solid, and then they can just hit deploy and she can test and make sure that the bug is fixed. It's freed up the developers from ad hoc distractions and is completely shifted Jessie's mental model about what to do when a bug comes in. Well, I would say that Jessie, the product manager, probably now feels like Jessie, the developer. She's able to talk directly to the agents, and she's learning how to add detail to get better results from the agents, and basically working through problems without having to get a developer involved at all. Jessie loves working with Agentic AI because it means that her developers have fewer interruptions, and it means that there's fewer tough priority decisions to make. The only downside I would say is the agents move faster than the developers can review their code. So what used to be a big backlog of unfinished bugs has now become a small backlog of code edits that need human review. But I would take that trade-off any day. To be completely honest, the developers are partially scared because it seems like they just got some new member of their team that doesn't take PTO, doesn't take a salary, and can do some of the work that they do. So on one hand, you have to acknowledge that. But on the other hand, when you put that fear aside, they love it. Developers hate interruptions. And with the agents, they're able to stay focused on what they need to work on, and then maybe review a code change here or there that the agent submitted while they're in between work. I think that that's an important thing to talk about is, the question of what do the issues in Jira look like prior to the agent getting involved and post-agentic AI? And the answer is the tickets are much more detailed. They reference code, which is something that a product owner or manager would probably not be able to do unless they were very, very technical. So the reality is now when a bug hits a developer, it's got the files involved, the line numbers involved, and potential theories about what could be causing the issue that go very deep technically that would not have been the case before. Vibe coding is a very loose term, and I think it means different things to different people. What I think vibe coding means is basically accepting code that an AI has produced without actually checking it and making sure that, there's nothing in there that could be a performance issue, a security issue, the organization is solid, create future issues, reduce the maintainability of the system. Vibe coding is just accepting the agent's work as is. So can it be vibe coding when you introduce an agent into your team? Absolutely. You could just accept what they submit and hit the deploy button. Would I recommend that? Absolutely not. I think the most effective development teams understand that anything that's submitted by an agent must be reviewed, and it needs a set of human eyes, at least today, to be able to look at it and determine whether this code edit is going to cause future problems or not.